whoever takes second place here is going to be coming out with, I believe, $600 total. And then, of course, first prize is going to be $1,200, all brought to you by Hot Pockets, our wonderful sponsors. Make sure to grab and go with the best choice in the world. Get yourself
winning
a
this
Hot
grand
Pocket.
finals is a nice little $300 in the pocket for you and your teammate each. You want to win this one. This is not the one to lose. You don't come this far just to get second. But we are getting into the game right now. Game 1 will be on Skyflat. I'm really interested to see what the start is. I'm curious if Misty and Moises just decide to jump FPZ right away. I'm thinking Misty's going to start with Tunnel, just regardless, because I think Tunnel is pretty good against Black Adam bubble setup, because you can set one in the bubble and makes him not want to sit in there. That being said, you never know. You never know how he's going to start.
Never truly know, but it's still going to be a best of 5. And if Moises and Misty C are able to win out this set, they have to do it again in a bracket reset. That means we will have an immediate run back for this matchup in order to win. And it looks like Misty immediately went for the exact strat, going for the rabbit hole, trying to set up that tunnel, but not going to be enough as Jungle dives in. And Jungle's going to be taking the brunt of damage as FPZ is going to be able to survive so far with nothing against him until now.
It's actually a pretty curious opening because they actually decided to double team onto Jungle at the start, not FPZ. They set up the tunnel, they saw FPZ in his bubble on the left, they said, hey, we're just going to ignore that guy. They just jumped Jungle on them center stage. And I mean, it worked out. They got the first stock, less than 30 seconds on it, and they're basically even in terms of damage with FPZ, just with the residual. So they just basically got a stock, just completely earned for free.
And Jungle currently at halfway, and FPZ, no dodge meter left, currently on burnout. 101 won't be enough for Moises, who has to stay up in the corner. Is trying to get away from any kind of edge guard from Jungle, who will get the knockout on Misty. Now tied 1-1. FPZ at 101, still within the bubble, able to protect, but not enough. And that's going to knock out Moises as well. It's 2-1 in favor of blue.
Moises actually does something pretty cool that I want to talk about. So you saw when he set up that little shield that he was setting up on in the blast zone. In a recent patch, they added a mechanic where if you roll off of roll or waveland off of ledges, you'll go super fast flying off of them. He's actually using that off of his own platforms to give himself really rapid movement to cover half the stage.
Wow. We also saw FPZ get knocked out. Now it's 2-2. Jungle, no dodge meter. Looks like he's going to be knocked out as well. Quick response. Moises and Misty trying to take game 1 in the moment.
Right now, it's looking like a it's a stock lead for the red team, but they have to get both kills here from blue. This is a really good start for it. These bug snares into the Steven Nair, into the rocket. It's 38 damage on the Jungle, 114 on FPZ. Misty does lose his life, but Moises was the one playing stock tank anyway. Great armor break from the side of Jungle. Gets the rising Nair onto the Steven, and the protection. Misty just hits the upper.
Beautiful upper from Misty. What a beautiful upper from Misty in order to clarify to get that game 1 win. But Moises as well able to stall for time using the bubble and then trying to break through in the air, trying to break apart Jungle and FPZ in order to set up Misty for that return.
And I just love the game start. I just love the game start. See FPZ sitting in his bubble, just say, let's not even worry about it. They didn't do the full stage tunnel, they did a half stage tunnel, kept it near the Wonder Woman, just comboed her off of it, basically to death right off the start. What a great start. What a great opening. We might see the same thing here right again. Does look like they're opting to go for Jungle a little bit, but they changed targets midway through. Nothing huge this time, nothing huge, but they didn't really get hurt themselves for it either.
And nothing too punishing in the moment, but I do love that shift from Jungle to FPZ, trying to take advantage of that initial setup. But now Jungle's trying to down air Misty. Misty able to get away from the edge, has some space, but that's not going to be enough. So they're going to focus on FPZ while Jungle's coming out of the edge.
Jungle's been kind of stuck on this edge for a little while now. He is in burnout, which is a really bad spot to be in against Bugs off stage, but Misty misses the confirm, but this is going to get a little bit weird now. You have Steven doing landing nairs, trying to get this confirm onto Jungle, who's still in burnout after all this time. He finally gets out of it. He finally gets a little bit of armor to protect himself off the edge, and for the first time in 30 seconds, I think Jungle actually can play the game.
Yeah, Jungle's out of it for so long and still has the most damage, but we'll now have the least amount of damage after that knockout from Misty. It's going to provide an opening, and FPZ currently feeling the pressure. No dodge meter left in burnout, but it's going to focus on Moises, who's getting pushed further and further away towards the edge, comes back towards center. Misty on the edge will be not knocked out at all. I thought that was a knockout on one of them at least, as Black Adam comes back up top to support the jungle.
Great double Sarah from Steven, forcing them both to the side. Sandwich getting in the mix for a little bit of extra damage too. Why not? Dude, the double kill from Moises. The up air on goes high, goes low. Up air on Wonder Woman, down air on Black Adam. And this is a 3-stock lead for Moises Misty to start off game 2. I'm telling you, man, they go so crazy on hit. You just can't let them get their openings.
They really found that opening, and it was about to be a perfect 4-stock game, but that's going to end up with Misty getting dropped, and that's going to provide an opening to tackle FPZ. No! Moises gets knocked out, so now it's just going to be Misty between Jungle and FPC. Moises comes back just in time, goes in, tries to challenge. That shield is out. FPZ gets pulled back by Wonder Woman. Won't be able to find security in that time as FPZ gets caught out by Watermelon Steven.
It's just it, man. The lead was too dominating. They took 3 stocks uncontested. They finally lose both of theirs. But I mean, by that point, you just need 1 hit to win. Misty catches the jump back with the up air on the side of Jungle. And I mean, that's a 2-0 lead. That's a 2-0 lead to start Grands. Only 1 game away from an instant reset.
I always have to ask this question whenever we're on the precipice of a bracket reset. Do you think Jungle and FPZ are doing it for the content?
No. There's too much money on the line to do it for the content, I think. If you win, this is extra. It's an extra $600. No one's doing this for the content, man. No one in this game is that content brain.
It is the end of the month. Rent is due, folks. So I just depressed myself a little bit. But Jungle and FPZ need to start mounting a comeback. I love that mid-tunnel setup from Misty every single time, and then that shift in focus as well, pulling Jungle close, trying to focus on Jungle, and then pulling them away. Once again, that mid-arena setup from Misty with the tunnel. Not enough to pull Jungle away, though.
All right, lightning grab across the map does miss on the side of FPZ to start this off, but Jungle finally getting something going for the first time this set, throwing out a bunch of dash attacks, hitting Steven 3 times, Bug 2 times. They just aren't able to outspace it. I mean, this is a great start for FPZ and Jungle, basically taking 1 stock uncontested, good damage onto Misty already. Jungle has found the move of his choice, apparently. He is dash attacking. Oh
I'm just hearing my FGC coach just saying medium chop, in the same tone that Jungle is just dash attacking across the side, taking down the entire ground away from both Macy's and Misty.
This is a fantastic burst option. It's one of the few moves in the game that's like a grounded burst option that can just straight up beat Bugs from there. I think he's throwing, yeah, like you see it right there. He's just throwing it out to stuff Misty on repeat, just making things happen. Both of them still on their first stock. FPZ stuck stalling off stage a little bit, but we've seen the situation before. Misty can't find these on FPZ usually. And I mean, he's just going to be able to make it back. Goes with the landing stare. Moises is able to punish, but I mean, Jungle is going to lose the stock to this upper from the Bugs. But the damage lead is so massive at this point. Jungle's going to make it back right now. Tries to throw a stare to hit Moises. Doesn't matter. Safe is ruined. And Black Adam's just clapping. They found their good moves, apparently. I've seen a lot of claps from FPZ in this game. I've seen a lot of dash attacks from Jungle. They're just making it work.
They really are. They're bringing this momentum back in their favor, and I feel like Misty and Moises both trying to recover and not enough. Moises getting knocked out. That's going to put them into the final stock as Misty's going to get knocked out from FPZ and Jungle. Working in combination on that play.
All right. If I'm Moises and Misty, do I even notice how many times Jungle just dash attack there? Honestly, it might make me mad. I got hit by dash attack from Wonder Woman like 8 times in a row. In the back of my head, there's something like this guy. You know what I mean? It can, that kind of thing can get to you, especially because that's by far their most dominant win in both sets. I think like that was a clean 3 stock.
I can feel like Moises and Misty are saltier than a entire basket of McDonald's fries, because like you could not really prepare for that, and you don't really think at this tier that people are going to jump and continue that attack pattern the entire time, but yet Jungle continued to side dash and get that attack, get that push off of Misty, and force Misty to have to reset. And so we're going to get a map shift here in the meantime. How do you even counter someone who is spamming a dash attack like that?
The best answer on both of these characters is just when you think they're going to dash attack, you float above it. Both these characters have a float that they can do to slow themselves down in the air. So if you think they're going to dash attack, you start floating above it, and as they dash attack under you fast fall in the air onto them. With both Steven and Bugs can do that. It's a pretty good counter. Bugs can also Sair onto it, but generally Nair will get you more often than not. but that just wasn't really what was happening because jungle wasn't using it when they were on the ground and they needed to jump. He was using it when they were landing on him to beat their aerials. And that's I think what the note is that Misty and Moises have to mix up their aerial landing timings a bit more, and they don't want to get hit by the dash attack as often. Like there, Bugs is in the air, hit him with a dash attack, like over and over. We've seen 4 dash attacks in a row from jungle right now. 5, 6. I mean, it's working. It's working. This is grand finals. It is absolutely a strategy. It's one of her best moves at anti-airing a lot of things in the game that you wouldn't expect her to beat otherwise. She low profile. She low profile a little one. She does. If Sayre sends Misty over to the side, he is stuck in burnout on the right side of the stage. Forces out all the dodges. Dodges the sandwich throw. I mean, in jungle too, he's making the most of it. I'm telling you.
And now it's just FPZ 1v1ing Moises and trying to take him out. Watermelon Steven gone, and Misty just trying to avoid these dash attacks at this point. Now uses a really long tunnel. I'm still waiting to see at the start of the game to see that tunnel go inside the bubble, as I believe that's jungle getting knocked out. Now 1-to-1, trying to mistime those landings on the air attack, but Moises is going to get caught in the bubble. It's going to get slapped out, but not enough. Able to find some space back in the center of the arena. Still heavy damage on Moises. Trying to get back in, wants to reset, pulls in Bugs, but it's not going to be enough as FPZ's on the opposite side, able to get that pushback.
It's been phenomenal play from Moises so far, holding on to the stock at death percent for such a long period of time. Confirms into the kill on FPZ, gets a bunch of damage on jungle, eventually gets taken off the top from jungle right there. But now it's basically a battle between FPZ and Moises. Who is going to take more damage first? Who is going to be the stock tank? Right now, jungle loses his life. Backswing from FPZ keeps Bugs Nair away. Jungle is trying to make something happen with the aggression right now. Gets caught by the safe. Either him or FPZ can be the target now. This little down air from FPZ into an air, stuffs them out on repeat, but this is a big opening from Moises. He has them trapped under the roof, racking up a bunch of damage on jungle. He's in burnout. The nair from Steven holds him in place. Bugs hits the upper. And Misty and Moises, I mean, they started the game out pretty badly. I'm not gonna lie. They got hit by a few too many dash attacks, but towards the end of the game, they just didn't let jungle breathe.
They really didn't, and finally getting that last knockout, it's going to set a bracket reset as well. Moises and Misty able to push past jungle FPZ, and now they have to do it once again. But now, again, I'm bringing back that strategy about the tunnel being inside the bubble, but the use of the shields as well, able to lock down jungle and FPZ in an area that makes it more difficult for them to move around. What should jungle and FPZ do for this next match?
Do you want my real answer? The dash attack the dash attack 6 times in a row strategy is funny, but it's probably not the move. I think it is good as an anti-air option against a lot of what Steven and Bugs like doing to you, but it's probably not good to do it 20 times in a row. You're not getting that much damage off of it if you're hitting it that many times, because move scaling, it does less damage the more times in a row you hit it. But also just on top of that, I mean, one, it's funny and it might give you a mental advantage, but like, mainly, what are you getting off of it, right? You're hitting the dash attack, you're resetting the neutral, you're doing, 8 to 10 damage, and then you're just going back to neutral again. If you mess up once and Bugs hits you with a single landing nair, you might just take like 50. So it's just the risk reward is like really not skewed in the Wonder Woman's favor when she's going for something like that. And she has other options. She could potentially punish those moves instead. You know how I was talking about earlier, how if you know someone's going to go into you with something somewhat linear, you can just jump above it and aerial it. Wonder Woman can try to punish the end lag of a Steven nair or a Bugs nair with an IED nair of her own. That's a huge opening she can do. That being said, Jungle knows this. He's better at Wonder Woman than I am. But generally, I just want to see them get bigger openings, because it feels like they're trying to beat Moises and Misty by nickel and diming them to death. And I feel like it's too easy to get exploded in that kind of situation.
I'm inclined to agree. I feel like they allow Moises and Misty to take so much time for themselves too, as Misty is going to get pushed out by Fire or FPZ. Nice little up air in order to take that first stock. Jungle's going to be trying to push off Moises, who has burnout at the moment, but FPZ now getting locked up. Moises pushing him off the edge. It's Misty trying to go for a down air. Instead, side. Misty missing the touch on jungle. It's going to buy enough time to provide FPZ a knockout on Moises.
It's been a phenomenal game for them so far. Jungle has just been doing a good job at keeping Misty away from FPZ. FPZ got a really early double dodge read, double forward air off the top from Black Adam. One of the early, if you get dodge reads on Black Adam, it's one of the earliest potential kill options in the game. It's the first time we've really seen him get one. Great time to do it as soon as you get to the set, through the set reset, you know? Like this is the time to pull up. Time to make things happen, really. Right now, though, he's still holding on to his first stock at 70%. They've taken 2 stocks off of Misty already. We have Moise's in burnout in the top last zone. I mean, this is looking like a free start to set 2 for Jungle and FPZ. Big turnaround.
And they have the momentum behind them, not the damage at the moment as Jungle gets taken out. But still, that threat is there. I think that mountain's going to be insurmountable to climb for Moises and Misty as Misty's in burnout. Moises trying to help out best he can, but not enough. FPZ getting locked up. Off to the side, Watermelon Steven right next to him. Goes for the knockout. Watermelon Steven coming in clutch.
They're actually doing so good against Jungle right now that they're almost starting to bring this game back a little bit. One big combo on FPZ, and suddenly this is getting a little bit scary for the blue team. Jungle taking the Nair up air from Steven, basically going to be forced into death percent off of any strong opening, able to stuff the safe right there. I mean, one person on the side of Misty and Moises is all that's necessary in order for FPZ in Jungle to take the game. Misty's forced into the top last zone right now. He is going to be able to make it down, though, and this is a tunnel for pressure onto FPZ on this ledge guard sequence. Landing there from Moises, gets the kill onto Jungle. This is your chance to beat up FPZ, but he does make it to the other side of the stage, and he stuffs out Moises on the approach. Question is who are Jungle and FPZ going to go for? They decide to go for Misty, catch him, clip him with the dare in the corner. They don't throw the lead away. But that game ended up being a little bit closer than it should have been, considering how dominating it was at the start.
Absolutely, and I think they made the right call too to dive in on Misty, who was on the edge. Misty just making a slight mistake, coming back up a bit too high and getting caught off guard. Can't really be protected in that moment too, because I think the shield was currently on cooldown, so Moise's not able to help out in that moment. But Jungle and FPZ almost dropped that game 1 in the bracket reset, and that became very dangerous for them. Even after the very impressive run, I thought they were going to get a 4-stock win. However, they got a little bit too caught up, and Moises and Misty able to pull it together, bring it closer than it should have been.
All right, going into game 2 here, I'm curious to see what the strategy is. FPZ starting with the bubble as always. I think this is the first game we see where Misty's actually using the tunnel to pressure the bubble instead of using it to pressure the Wonder Woman. Not literally wanting to FPZ to get this camp set up over on the left, but FPZ, these rising dares, punishing the portal 3 times in a row. 2 kicks on the bugs, 2 kicks on the Steven. I mean, it's a great start for FPZ, but Jungle in the meantime has been taking a lot of damage.
Yeah, Jungle's been fighting 1v1 against Misty. Well, actually 2v1 if we count Watermelon Steven. And that ended up costing Jungle that first stock, but it's going to be payback as Misty gets dropped as well. And now with that shield rattling around, Moise's trying to fight for his life, tries to dodge the dash, but not enough. Jungle gets past the safe, is going to try and go once again, tunnel live from Misty, but it's not going to be enough. Moise's also in danger zone, about to get pushed out, but not enough from the dash attack from Jungle on Misty. It's not going to break either side as FPZ finds some space finally.
Right, nice little up special from Jungle to secure the kill onto Steven. Catches him at the apex of the move. Right now, though, both people on red, they're trying to find these kills, even at the stock count. They managed to find the one in FPC, but we're basically even in this game. Jungle and Misty both getting pretty close to death. Nice little opening from FPZ onto Moises, though. You have the Steven in burnout off stage. You could potentially make something big happen here. Nice little 40 damage. Dash attack from Wonder Woman. They're keeping the pressure up onto the Steven. 60% on him. He's not going to lose his stock, but this isn't really that good when that's your stock tank. Neutral air for Black Adam and side special from Wonder Woman. Ooh. This isn't looking too good.
It's not looking great. Jungle still with that space at the moment. It's going to pick up more damage on Steven. Steven trying to break away. FPZ not being touched that much, and as soon as I say that, Misty able to get a few punches in. That's not going to be enough. Jungle gets knocked out, so it's going to be FPZ. They need to dive on him immediately, but it's not going to have enough time as Jungle comes back in and provides some armor, trying to give that shield buff up.
FPZ kind of forced to stall right now. Gets the nice little down air, floats up in the corner, gets above both their heads. The downer down to the ground. Dash attack from Jungle puts them 1-2 combo. Knocked off the side. Jungle and FPZ only 1 game away from taking this grand finals.
And this once again makes me believe that FPZ and Jungle are doing it for the content. But regardless, great chance to regather and strengthen their bonds. It feels like Misty and Moises are trying to change up their opener and using that tunnel at least got them out of the bubble, but wasn't really enough to change the game plan for FPZ and jungle, because FPZ anticipated the bubble and immediately would just counter every time either Steven or Bugs were inside the tunnel trying to pop in and pop out, just immediately down air on them.
Mm-hmm. This for the content narrative. This only works if this goes game 5. If we're about to see a reverse 3-0 and then they win, then I'll believe you that it's for the content. All right, great open. I mean, currently on pace for that right now. This is a great start for Misty and Voices. 100 damage on jungle in the first 20 seconds. They're chasing FPZ all the way to the corner as well. 80% on the Black Adam. It's looking pretty good right now. Misty has to be careful. He doesn't get his dodge caught here. FPZ tries to read the dodge out. Misty gives him the dodge in, so he isn't going to lose his stock. But right now, FPZ still stuck in a bad spot off stage. I think he used both of his dodges, so this is going to be a free confirm from Bugs. Sandwich into Nair into up air. Keeping the damage going, and he catches FPZ with the dare on the respawn as well. This is such a good opening for Red.
Moises did so much damage to jungle once jungle came back in, just getting around and able to effectively dodge even while jungle's trying to fight for their life. But now up air from jungle, able to catch Misty. Misty dropping the safe. It's on the platform. That's a free sandwich on the ground, but Misty now in a fight with jungle cannot survive. Moises fighting for their life. Misty being pushed out. It's going to give a chance for FPZ, but FPZ will whiff and cannot confirm on Misty.
They're just trying to take this as far as they can. Moises and Misty still both holding onto their first stocks. Here's a great dodge from Misty. Gets out of the way of the Sarah from the Wonder Woman. He's just holding the stage, fighting the 1v2 while Steven shields off. Finally going to be able to get a kill onto Moises right now on the side of FPZ. But it's too little too late, man. They're both already at 100 on their second stocks.
Incredible use of shield from Moises in order to provide Bugs that chance. And now FPZ getting knocked out, and it's gonna be game 3 in favor of Moises and Misty.
The content narrative, it's continuing. It's happening. This game's going to go down to the wire. Moises and Misty are going to win with a rocket up air kill at 50, despite them having been losing the whole game. And then game 5 is going to be an absolute... No, game 5 isn't even going to be content. Game 5, jungle FPZ, just 4 stock or something for the content.
Really?
They're actually just holding back the whole time. They're like, all right, I need my money. I want to go to the McDonald's later.
They're only using
actually, they want to go buy some Hot Pockets.
Yeah. $1,200, $600 worth of Hot Pockets for just splitting that.
That's a lot of Hot Pockets.
That's a lot of Hot Pockets. That's my entire college meal that I've had for like 3 months in a row. Going into game 4 now, tunnel at the midfield. It's going to provide an opportunity, and FPZ can't really cut off Misty. But Moises able to take that fight to jungle, get some impressive damage, but jungle able to catch both Misty and Moises. And now Moises trying to get away from the top of the stage.
Jungle's out of everything, Jungle's out of everything. They just hunted him down. He used all of his dodges, he used all of his specials. He had no jumps left. They were just able to run at him out there, and there's nothing he could do.
An impressive start. This could very well bring it back, but Moises taking a lot of damage from FPZ. Now jungle going into dive. Jungle's going to focus on FPZ. Moises trying to get a little bit more. Moises, smart use of the shield, tries to get around. Misty taking flight. Moises gets knocked out, and so does Misty.
The double clap on the side of Black Adam. FPZ doing a phenomenal job in this match so far. 1 minute in, only 19% on him. Secured both of the first kills as well. He's also racking up damage. It's not even like he's not participating. And this is huge from jungle. The double pop-up off the Wonder Woman jab. And now it's a nice parry for Misty, but Wonder Woman instantly in position to punish it. And I mean, this is looking so good right now for Moises, for jungle and FPZ. Just trying to make some things happen. Great side special from jungle off the Black Adam rising. The read from FPZ onto the Steven as well. Double down air, forcing them to the side. And dude, they're going so crazy right now. They basically have to blow up jungle on this stock if they want to win this. Double stare from Misty. Okay, I mean, there's a chance here. There's a chance here. They only need to take 1. Although, oh, that's such a hard spot to be in. Moises at 100%. He gets caught by the jab from Wonder Woman. He makes it back to safety, but he gets launched over to the left into the way of FPZ. FPZ aware of it. Hits him with the forward air, takes him off the top. No content.
No content.
It's an FPZ jungle victory.
30% of the time, I'm right 100% of the time, but sadly, it's the other 70% of the time where I am completely wrong. What a take from jungle and FPZ, and Moisey and Misty just getting close in that round 3, but could not close out round 4. And it was just all that pressure from jungle and FPZ, able to, jungle especially, just tackling Misty and forcing that side air and forcing them off to the side. But now jungle and FPZ will be taking that $1,200 prize pool for themselves, sponsored by Hot Pocket. So they're going to be feeling nice and warm with that money in their pocket.
I always love that Frost Esports is sponsored with Hot Pockets because you got the hot, the cold, you got the one of the two.
The lead up to that reveal of sponsorship is always one of my favorite bits that we did for when we were doing Rocket League tournaments. It's fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, once again, congratulations to the winners of the tournament, Jungle and FZ. Give them a warm applause. Oh, warm round of applause. I couldn't think of the word. Woo! Congrats to them. Congratulations to Misty and Moises. They're still walking out of here with a bag. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, 1,200 is a bag. $600 for second. Hey man, I'm not complaining if I'm them. Everyone else in the top 8, congrats as well for the placement. Shira and Poro for rounding out the top 3. Those are our top 3 placements of the tournament. That's the big old pedestal. Fauzi Moi, the bronze of bronzes, sitting next to the pedestal at 4th. Lust and Camilla getting 5th. Greed and Oog also joining them at 5th place. Swerve and Wavy at 7th. And also Red Joey and Fulsify also at 7th.
Overall, a really wonderful tournament run together. And Mirrorman, I want to go ahead and thank you as well for being a part of this, for bringing your community over, and for working with Frost Esports the entire time, because this Multiversus tournament is also our very first broadcast in Frost Esports that we've been able to put on such a fun show. So thank you so much for joining us and for being able to provide so much insight and understanding about the game itself. And I also want to give a huge shout out to Nick NCS, who was a broadcaster for both days, being able to help us out throughout the long run, and Tengoku, who was our event admin the entire time. Well, with that, Mirrorman, thank you so much for joining us, folks. We are going to go ahead and close out for the evening. So thank you guys so much for joining us here on Frost Esports for the Pockets League Frostborn Legends, sponsored by Hot Pockets. Make sure to stay warm, stay fresh, and we'll see you next time.
Take care.